What's up guys, Jay Cutton. We're here for day 3 of the Swole program, and I know what you're thinking. Does this mother ever wear a different shirt? And the answer is no. I got 10 of these and I just rotate them through, all right? So what we're gonna focus on today, on day 3 of the program, is gonna be back. So it's gonna be all back today, back and biceps. So all back and biceps. So on day 1, we hit legs. Yesterday we hit chest and triceps. Now we're gonna be doing back and biceps. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the warm up. We're basically just gonna be focusing on warming up our upper back and our lats, obviously, since it's gonna be a back day. So let's hop right into it. All right, first lift today is gonna be a chin up just on its own. So it's gonna be 12, 10, 8, 6 on the reps. And then we're gonna go 2 minutes and 30 seconds in between each set to make sure that Steve has full recovery and we can go as heavy as possible. All right, now that we're done with the chin-ups, we're gonna go straight into a barbell bent over row. So we're gonna be doing 12, 10, 8 on this. Pretty basic rep schemes for the first week of the Swole program, but the goal here is basically to prep Steve for this full training cycle. Having a strong back obviously translates to having a strong bench, but one of the reasons, and sometimes what people don't focus on as much, is on your bent over row. We've talked before about how squeezing your shoulder blades down and back and setting into a good bench press. Well, a good way to get strong and make sure you can do that properly is to make sure you're doing that correctly when you're doing a back movement as well. So on the bent over row, some people will just be relaxed and pull here with their shoulders coming forward. You want to really make sure to squeeze your shoulder blades into position and pull straight to your belly button. And that's going to really help strengthen your upper back and your lats on this movement. And in turn, that strong back is going to translate over to the bench press. Next lift we got today is just gonna be a wide grip lat pull down. So basically trying to work the width of your lats, obviously, nice wide grip. And the biggest thing here, Steve's gonna focus on, same thing, squeezing your shoulder blades down and back, and he's gonna try to keep his chest high at the top of the movement and squeeze to his chest. Not basically, sometimes you'll see people coming forward when the weight gets heavy. So make sure that the weight's not so heavy that it's having your shoulders round forward, just basically to stroke your ego. Make sure you're doing the movement correctly. Squeeze your chest nice and high, shoulders down and back, and then squeeze at the bottom of the movement. All right, the next movement we have is gonna be a single arm dumbbell row. So just gonna beat the dead horse right now, but the same thing. So you wanna make sure on this movement, obviously there's a ton of different variations of a row. And if you wanna hit your upper back, I mean, that could be a different variation, but right now what we're gonna focus on is trying to really focus on hitting Steve's lat. And the biggest thing is that he's gonna wanna squeeze that shoulder blade into a good position. So he's gonna retract, squeeze into a good position, and then pull to his hip, all the way up, good. A lot of people, if it gets too heavy, will have a tendency to use a lot of their bicep, cut the movement short and shrug up with the movement. But really you wanna come here and then squeeze back, and that's really gonna give you the most lat engagement when you're doing a dumbbell row. All right, the last movements we got for today to finish off the back is gonna be a little bit higher volume. We're just gonna be supersetting seated row, and then we're gonna be doing a dumbbell pullover. So, I mean, it's the same cues for your seated row as you would be for your dumbbell row. But the biggest thing, make sure that you're not using your low back a ton to help the weight. Yeah, there you go. You wanna control the movement, focus on using your back to move the weight. I guess on the dumbbell pullover, biggest thing to think about is gonna be making sure that you're keeping your arms straight. So a lot of guys will turn it into a dumbbell skull crusher. Really just make sure you're trying to get nice and long, give a good long stretch. So Steve, what he'll do is drop his hips, try to keep his arms as straight as he can. Obviously there's gonna be a little bit of an elbow bend, and just get a nice long stretch in his lats. Now that we've finished up the back, we're gonna be focusing on biceps now. So the first thing we're gonna do is just a standard easy bar curl and try to go as heavy as possible on that. And then after that, we're gonna be supersetting a couple different movements and really just trying to blow up Steve's biceps. The biggest thing to think about when you're training your biceps, people try to make it super complicated, hitting all the different heads of your biceps, but just make sure that you're spending some time with your arms in front of your body, with your arms behind your body when you're doing biceps, and with different grip positions. And as long as you do that, and you do that every week, then you're gonna make sure that you're hitting every head of the bicep, and then you're gonna have nice, well-round, developed biceps. All right, the last thing we got for today is gonna be a core circuit. So we don't do a ton of cardio in the Swole program, so we like to finish a lot of our days with some core work. Today is just gonna be a weighted plank, a Russian twist, and then strict toes to bar. So Steve's gonna be going through every movement, minimal rest, just let his core recover to make sure he can get through with good form. He's gonna work through it as fast as possible. Strict toes to bar are a pretty tough movement, so if you don't have them yet, this has been the best way that I've found to help people get them really quickly. So what you'll do, if you have a partner, you'll help him to the bar. Steve just did it on his own, but if you can't do it, you're gonna stuck here, right? You're gonna help him up, and then you're gonna try to control it down as slow as possible. So working that eccentric is gonna get you this movement really quickly. If you don't have a partner, another good way is gonna be to do a knee up, straighten the legs, and then control it down. So really focusing on controlling the eccentric is gonna get your core nice and strong, so that you're able to do this movement quickly.
I absolutely love getting back training core. It's something that you guys can forget so easy. You know, we hit our back, hit our bicep. Make sure you get that core work in and treat it like a circuit like we did. We're not doing tons of cardio. Thank you guys for watching these videos. Thumbs it up for Coach Hutton, and make sure you smash that subscribe button.